It is the final episode of the arc. It's supposed to be a banger of an episode. This might even be split into episode 7 and 8. I don't know how long it's going to go on for. Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah. Because it might just be that long. But here we have it. I'll give you a quick little recap as well. So in our last adventure, our heroes dealt with the aftermath of Eren Vol's infernal corruption. They peacefully rid themselves of Mildred Trollope. They faced the wrath of the dreaded Arugula tribe. And now you walk through winding tunnels and goblin warrens of Dotane's Rock, the mighty fortress of ancient giant kings, seeking the lost treasures contained within, and a relic that will help you all seek your ultimate goal, the Book of Dawn. This is it. This is where poo gets real. I was going to swear, and I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying to get out of my vocabulary.
I said this. Okay, fair enough.
You can't replace shit gets real with poo gets real.
This is where poo gets real.
You have to come up with a different phrase.
I would say stuff gets real. Might be a better alternative.
But poo is like... poo puts the image of a poo in your mind. So it's funny. You're all entitled to a short rest. The Arugula tribe allows you to rest for a short while before they sort of...
They didn't like us very much, did they?
No. You almost killed their leader.
So. Gonna be honest with you, I think I just reset all of my HP and everything back to 0, so I have no idea what I was on.
I took a short rest.
Okay, well some of you are...
Oh, no, I haven't. I was
haven't?
just on full health anyway. But yeah, I've used all of my bardic inspiration and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all good.
Short rest time. Okay.
I believe... I'm trying to remember if it's this game or the other game where a short rest is the same as a long rest for me. Yeah.
Wow. I think it's this one. You've done it before.
I think it's this one.
You've done 4 hours rest before. Oh,
right.
Okay. So,
the party helped me boom this chieftain bloke. Ashley probably could have helped me a lot more with a lot of her druidic spells, but she couldn't get to me, I think. I had a lot of inspiration, though.
I was in hiding. I stayed hidden. Yeah. I'm actually still in the form of a dog, I think. I think I ran after you as a dog.
Surely transformations don't last that long, do they?
Half an hour.
They last for an hour.
Yeah, it's been a short rest. It's been about
short
4 or 5
rest, yeah.
right?
So I ran after you in the shape of a dog hiding, but I guess then I'd have popped out as a human or elf the next morning and been very confusing.
So, as you all enter this this hulking behemoth of a rock that's in front of you, you find your way into one of the nooks and crannies, and you're leading. I was about to say you're led. You're not really led. You're just trying to find your way through the sweeping tunnels, the twists and turns of holes and whatnot. And there's a scent on the air. It's musky. Hundreds of potentially thousands of unwashed bodies is what you're smelling. The food, the waste of a thriving, almost mini civilization that's occurring right now in Dotane's Rock all around you.
Just crawling with something.
Do you think it's really essential that we go through the tunnels?
Well, we need to get to the inner caverns, presumably, to find this book.
I feel like there's got to be a way from outside.
Yeah, she doesn't like closed spaces.
My God, it stinks as well.
Yeah,
that's not awesome.
bloody awful.
I mean, I'm used to Jonny, his musk, but this is something else.
Are you implying I have a bad musk, sir?
I just said musk, I didn't say bad.
Everything here smells bad.
Maybe it's pheromones.
Why would you refer to my musk where it's positive?
Because it's powerful.
Powerful?
Yes.
Your beard emits pheromones. I'm not sure whether you're aware.
I don't know what pheromones means.
You're Jonny the Wise.
Maybe if I make myself very small, this will feel bigger.
Wisdom implies nothing about intelligence.
But don't you have high in both?
Yes, but for the sake of argument.
No, okay. Yep, true. Well, that is fair, yes.
Perhaps it would be wise of us not to make too much noise in these times.
If we're trying to get out of here, maybe
I'm
just
not
move more quickly.
Okay, yeah, let's keep moving.
As you're moving through the rock, it's warm, it's humid, and it's foul. So the path is leading you deeper and deeper into this iron heart of the rock. Is it what?
Is this area lit?
It's lit, fam.
Yeah. Yes. There's. I mean, it's clear that there are things living here. It's not lit very well. It's dim lighting everywhere. But as you're leading yourselves deeper and deeper into this rock, you hear and see goblins scurrying above you in the rafters and into certain warrens, just watching you as you're making your way deeper and deeper into the rock.
Beware, goblins. Thank you, Jonny. I can see them as well. They don't appear to be attacking us yet, though.
Why would anything live down here? Why would you live down here?
I think these creatures are used to subterranean life. Remember, they may also be hoarding a large amount of treasure. If we could haul some of that back, that would probably be quite nice. On top of the book, maybe make this worth our while in the end.
We don't even know what it is. We were searching for a relic and we don't know what the hell it is.
It's called the Book of Dawn, isn't it?
The Book of Dawn is not here. We're attempting to get the book by finding the relic to open the way to the veil.
Looking for something magical, though, likely, right? Magical, so you could probably look for magic, right? Look for magic. Now, let's get out of here.
What did she say?
She doesn't realize we're going to be inside this warren for 4 hours.
I'm sorry. What?
There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Don't worry. He's joking with you. He's joking.
No, we're going to a larger
cavern. Much larger. There's a vast expanse.
Look for magic.
So as you're making your way deeper into it, and you walk past all sorts of little holes, nooks and crannies. Of course, the goblins just watching you as you pass, and eventually you walk over a ravine within a makeshift wooden plank bridge, and below in the ravine itself, you can see ogres wrestling amongst each other, bellowing in anger, and the sounds of hammers upon anvils is ringing all throughout the area of which you're traversing, as the giant kin of Dotane's Rock are arming themselves for war. It's the sounds are definitely an active and busy area.
This is not a good place to be.
We are literally in the heart of a war camp. I don't exactly think these guys will be friendlier than the arugula tribe. I don't really think I'm up to kill their leader and try and get passage again.
I don't think so.
Lysha, why not transform into a smaller creature? This will look bigger.
I guess that's not a bad idea. I thought about that myself, but then I'd be very small.
Are giants afraid of mice?
You could step on me.
Are ogres afraid of mice?
Johnny the Wise.
That does make a lot of sense.
I believe I heard a tale of it somewhere.
So
yeah.
If
Giants are afraid of mice?
I believe so, yes.
If this artifact
I've
is of great import, it is likely being held in, I don't know, like an inner sanctum or a treasure hall or something similar, right? You don't think they'd just be laying it around?
Well, deeper down the cave seems very logical for me.
I don't think she's going to be happy with that.
Well, longer doesn't not imply smaller.
Can you cast a spell?
I can stay in beast shape for 3 hours. I was wrong, but still.
Can you cast a spell on her to make her stop yammering about?
So,
it's in close space.
As you're traversing still through the rock, and you get deeper and deeper into the very heart of this this living, breathing sort of miniature town, I suppose. Not
Feels
really
like Isengard, like the low levels of Isengard almost.
Your hairs begin to stand on their ends, and occasionally the tunnels that you're traversing, they seem to shift and sway as if your vision is sort of fluctuating, if you will, and moving beneath your very eyes. Almost feels like being drunk, yeah. Like you're progressively getting drunker and drunker, but you all feel that it's not that you're being inhibited in any sort of way, but you definitely feel there's a strange magical aura about the place, which is causing these issues, that's warping the general areas. You hear sounds as well, strange sounds echoing throughout the tunnel.
What was that?
I can't perceive clearly. It's my mind is fogged.
Do you want to take a bit of a rest?
I think it's getting. I think the tunnels are getting smaller. I can't think now.
I think they're getting bigger, actually.
I'm gonna.
They're getting sideways.
Lysha, I can help you if you're willing.
How can you help? We're inside. We're in tiny spaces.
I can calm you if you allow me to. Give me a moment.
Please calm me. Please.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions on Lysha.
Okay. Roll a d10, everyone.
Oh,
that
no.
is just okay.
Is this a d10?
Here's one. I got a 5.
3?
9.
No, well,
so you got
no.
What?
Oh,
A D9? That's not a thing.
5, 3, 9.
Physically possible.
7. I got a 7.
Right. So 3, 5, 7, 9.
It is act of God time.
Oh, for
fuck's
sake.
No.
Don't curse.
Sorry. Oh, for poo's sake.
For Pete's sake.
A powerful fluctuation of chaotic magic sweeps all over you, and there's a brief moment where everything just feels a little bit off. The colors are shifting and warping at the edges of your vision, and you in particular, Alan, you hiccup 3 times in quick succession.
Did calm emotions work, by the way, or am I
Wait,
still
not the
freaking
fish
out?
again.
Oh my god, if I vomit fish, I'm gonna fucking freeze.
Vertigo runs up from all of your toes all the way up to your ears, and you all sway on your feet from side to side.
Yikes.
And something in the back of your brains can't quite get a handle on the current situation. Is everything upside down? You're not too sure.
Did calm emotions work or no?
Just give me a second.
Damn,
Okay.
Oliver
I'm just trying to figure out how I'm reacting to this right
Those
now.
mushrooms, Oliver, put in our soup.
Okay,
Must
it
really
worked.
have done the job.
Okay.
The confusion passes after a short while, or you don't actually know if it's been a short while or not. The passage of time is quite strange at this point, but in its wake it leaves a lingering sense of drunken excitement, an almost hysterical tension, like you don't really know what's going to happen next. And as Josh, you cast the calming emotions ability, give me a second. Jonny, you notice, if you could roll an Arcana roll for me. I'm going to see if you notice or not.
That's 26.
Mm-hmm. That's a pass. So Jonny, you've recognized this phenomenon before, and you realize that Dotain's rock is suffused with the wild magic of the other world. Suffused in the land of fairies and spirits.
Can you spell that out for me, please?
Suffused, yes, Suffused. Yes, and the spells or magic that you may use are probably not going to have the usual effects that they might have.
Oh my god! That's fine. I'm
normally.
Good. I'm good.
So, Josh, as you cast calming, what is this going to be?
Jonny, do you have? Is that my character sheet mixed in with yours, or is it all just yours?
No, it's just fine.
Okay. It's fine. I think I might have left mine on the printer. Oh, that's not possible. Sorry.
Well, it's the same as last week's, right?
Proceed.
Or not last week, I guess. 3
Proceed.
weeks. I don't know.
Okay, well, gonna fuck with magic, but
Can you roll a d8 for me, Lysha?
Oh dear.
bro,
How
everything's
dare
getting
me.
fucked up.
7?
7. As you cast calming emotions and start waving your hands around over Lysha, the chill sort of happens in the air, and suddenly a whisk of strange frozen winds wraps itself around Lysha, and you're frozen solid.
What have you done?
No, dude.
What have you done?
That was on it. I felt drunk. There was some weird thing in the air. I didn't intend to freeze.
This is not calm emotions.
Okay.
I mean,
but
she is. Okay, I didn't even know you could cast these kind of spells. You're supposed to be a bard.
I don't believe I can. I don't
What?
know what happened.
What do you mean?
Jonny, undo it. Fix it.
I
Thaw
can't.
her.
I cannot simply thaw her. That's not quite possible.
What?
No. This doesn't make sense. Are you sure you did not cast
didn't-
frozen spells?
Why would I freeze her? I felt drunk. The place is
Well,
weird.
you typically are
How
drunk,
long
but
have we been here for?
even though you typically are drunk, there can only be one explanation. The eerie, drunk feeling
Okay,
must be the magic of Dotain's rock
Listen,
affecting us all.
this-
You
this-
should be very cautious with your spell casting.
this druid is completely overpowered, and we need her to help us on our quest. So how do we get her out of this damn ice?
I don't know.
You're
I mean,
pretty strong. You might carry her.
I mean, I can carry her, but that doesn't solve. All right, well, I'll try and pick her up. I'll walk over to her
After
and try and hoist
enough time of you bickering and arguing amongst yourselves,
the usual.
eventually she just sort of melts away, and Lysha, you are unharmed and
Oh,
able
shit!
to
You
move
said
again.
she melted away.
I thought like
Oh, yeah.
my whole self
You're
melted, and I was like,
unharmed,
well, goodbye, gentlemen.
Yeah.
But you're calm. Is she calmed?
Yeah, the
Am I
calm
calm?
effect would still have existed.
Are you okay?
What?
Oh my
You were
word.
you were frozen solid. Did, it's
It-
fine.
I mean, it worked.
It's fine, I'm alright.
It worked.
I feel a little drunk though.
I
Everything was very colorful, and then
Just
I
don't
couldn't move. But it was okay.
don't cast any spells.
Yeah.
Oh no, but it was
No,
okay.
no, nothing. Nope.
I'm not casting
Nada.
anything.
We
Okay.
must be careful
No.
with our magic in here.
We need to carry on.
Very aggressive
No.
right now.
The longer
I
we-
No
think
spells.
you just need to chill.
The longer we sit, damn.
Calm down.
Look into you. I like this. Hey, we need to get out of here as quickly as possible. I don't know how long this drunken feeling is going to persist, or if it gets worse. We have to find this damn artifact. What even is this artifact? Do we even know what we're trying to get out of this damn...
If it is a cool artifact, it will look cool.
But whatever, there could be more than one cool artifact. How do we
know? We can pass. Give it to
Are you sure? This is very psychedelic.
Would you want me to slap you and see if it works?
Well, I'd rather you didn't. It just reminds me of my visions. You look strange.
Okay, yeah. Shall we sally forth?
We need to
sally forth.
We need to dig deeper. Keep moving.
As you you continue deeper into the very belly of the beast of Dotain's rock, and you find your way yourself just traveling further and further up, and you upwards, yes, in an upward direction, passing by all sorts of manners of goblins who are still paying attention to you. You can hear that.
He thinks he'd learn. He thinks he fucking learned. This happens every damn time.
All of your face and all down you as well. That's incredible.
She is drunk. just swallow it. Forehead.
Just swallow it, forehead.
I was gonna spit that all over my computer. There's coffee all over my face and myself.
Moving upwards. Moving upwards.
You're moving upwards into Dotain's rock, and you pass, and eventually you can feel yourself climbing in elevation. It's a bit disorientating, but you do...
How tall is the rock?
I'm sorry, what was that word?
Climbing.
Disorientating?
Yes.
Yeah.
Disorientated.
Disorienting.
Disorientated.
Yeah. Disoriented,
yeah.
Disorientated.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
So we are getting more disoriented as we climb.
Yep.
Fuck me, dude. Altitude sickness now as well. All right.
And every now and then you peer out, and there's a little sort of kind of like hole that's been carved out of the side of it. And you can see that you're climbing higher and higher as well, so you can actually see outside. The path tends to only go one way, but eventually you find your way.
Are the noises getting louder, like the ogres and the goblins and stuff?
No, it's getting quieter. So a lot of the tomfoolery that was happening was
we got lucky and we just somehow picked the right way.
Tomfoolery.
Are you arguing with the DM in or out of game? I can't tell.
Regardless of that, you find yourself sort of walking on the outside a little bit of the Dotain's rock. You're all on a path that's leading, and it's working its way up until eventually you find yourself in front of a great opening that leads you into the peak. And as you're working yourselves around the opening, you notice that right in front of you. So how this is occurring right now is, I'll open up the map. You're all traveling, and you come out of the opening and you peer around the corner and you see to yourselves.
Oliver with us still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to slam something down real quick. And as you go around the corner of Dotain, of this little pathway, you enter this big opening. You see 3 ogres and a bear as well.
A bear?
A bear that seems to be
a bear!
Guarding an opening. A small little opening.
And there doesn't seem to be any other way forward?
No, this is the only way forward right now. And you can hear them just sort of, one of them's talking amongst themselves. Another one is leaning against the side of the passageway, and he's whittling away at some wood with a rather lofty knife. Doesn't have much dexterity in his fingers, so he's doing a pretty poor job of it, but he's just whittling away at something. The bear seems to be sniffing around, actually. Seems to be alerted to something. Sniffing around.
I could speak to the bear.
Better the bear than the ogres, I guess.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on Lysha. And touch her, and she's... Lysha,
beware the field. Beware the disorienting field.
I totally forgot about the field.
Well, am I invisible or am I frozen?
You cast invisibility, huh?
Yeah.
Everyone roll a d10.
I forgot about the field.
What a papega.
9.
2.
3.
Okay.
10.
That's a d12.
9 to...
Oh, it's a d12.
A 9 to...
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
2.
9,
3.
2, 3,
5.
5. What's gonna happen now?
Oh dear.
At the same time as
I'm the
casting
target of the spell
invisibility,
again.
I'm gonna say to Lysha, "Go speak to the bear." So this I would have said, "Go speak to the bear" as I touch her, and then Jonny freaks out as he realizes the wild.
Are we alerting them to our presence with this outburst?
No.
We are not as
It
stealthy.
was a very quiet outburst.
It'll take me 10 minutes to prepare. Just
As
so everyone
you-
knows.
Fuck.
Well,
We can hide around the corner for 10 minutes.
It's done now.
How long does invisibility last?
Fucking know. 1 hour.
Okay, well that's
As
good.
you
At least
reach
it's
out
not a minute.
to cast invisibility on Lysha,
Yeah.
once again the temperature around you drops significantly, and in one moment the cavern is lit with the light that's shining from the various holes that are piercing through, and the dim torches on the walls. And the next moment, the light seems to be sucked out of the room, and the ogres don't seem to be alarmed, and neither does the bear. But all around you, you do feel like you're suddenly being watched, as if there's a presence behind you.
All of us.
All
If we
lights
have
went
dark vision, can we see or no? Because I don't
You
think that
still
works for
can't see.
magical darkness.
Fuck.
Still can't see. And for just a moment, Alan, as you feel something urging you to turn around slowly, but you feel as if you turn around, you're going to be met with a terror, a great terror that's deep inside of you. But you need to know what it is that's behind you. You need to know what it is.
I can't see.
I'm gonna keep looking forwards. I'm gonna stay where I am.
You're going to avoid it?
Yeah.
Is anyone else going to look behind Alan?
Well, presumably I'm looking at him as he casts the spell on me, so possibly.
Yes, you subtly notice it is quite subtle, but just behind Alan, sort of
3-star Shadow Fiend.
hanging just above him, looking down upon all of you. You almost sense a bit of curiosity coming from it, but it is a skull draped in black robes. From one hand to the other, he holds a deep, dark scythe, dripping with icy black ooze, and he's just watching you all with interest.
I would, in my very calm state. Oh, hello.
Who is that, Lysha?
Oh, there's a gentleman behind you. He's,
Don't do anything.
He looks neither gentle nor a man.
it's a skull.
Don't.
He has a side.
Don't do anything.
What's up? How are you?
The being
Is she
appears
trying
to
to-
just be staring down at all of you.
Are you interacting with it?
I am. I'm talking to it.
She has no fear.
Snillo.
Yeah.
I turn and see.
As you turn around,
the
Jonny,
skull.
Are you looking for something as well?
the being falls back and floats into the cavern wall itself and dissolves away. And as it dissolves away, the magical darkness that was filling the cavern is suddenly lifted, and it is all back to normal.
Oh, goodbye.
So that was when Jonny looked at it?
Oh, I'm invisible. He probably
As Jonny
couldn't
tried to
see
turn
me.
around.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't have said anything.
I'm
He
sorry.
can't see
I didn't
me.
see it.
That's
What
why
a-
he
what
didn't
a-
respond. That's why he didn't respond.
Bears, guys.
Oh,
I
right.
like the bears, yes.
All right. Just a moment, please. And I'm going to sit down and, like, meditate for 10 minutes while I prepare this spell
Wait.
invisibly. So they literally have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh, no.
Because
it's
I'm
just
invisible.
a 10-minute duration. You don't have to prepare it, do you?
I think that means... Oh, no, I can speak with them for 10 minutes. Okay, fine. Never mind. So,
Get on
yeah,
it.
it's a divination. I'll just walk... then in that case, I'd just walk out
And you cast a spell.
invisibly, and I would cast Speak with Animals
Everyone
upon
roll a
myself.
d10.
Oh my god, you fucking spellcasters, stop! Let me go and fucking bludgeon these bastards.
Oh, for
7.
fuck's sake.
2. I rolled a 2.
Are you adding these up? Is that?
6, 2.
I
6.
presume
6.
that's what's happening.
Oh God.
Mm-mm.
All
like
of the
the
spells have been
poor
cast
wine.
on me.
Yeah. Every single one of them.
But it still seems to be affecting all of us, in fairness. Like, it doesn't seem to matter who casts it on who.
The frozen one definitely did.
Oh, that was... Okay. DM, don't hold me in suspense, bro. Come on.
The three of you, obviously, you don't notice anything. It's just invisible, but nothing really seems to happen. And Lysha, you don't really feeling any different either.
Oh.
Okay, so we're just hiding at the moment.
I don't like that smile out of character. Just so we're clear.
Okay, well, go talk to the damn bears.
All right. So I've cast Speak with Animals on myself, and I'm invisible, and I'm walking up to the bear, and I would whisper in his ear, if I can. Hello. I'm very calm. She's literally just like, hello.
Who goes there?
A friend.
A friend.
Yes, I would like to be your friend. Would you like to be my friend?
And what are you doing here, little wood elf?
How do you know who I am?
I can smell you. I smell you coming up the way a while away. Why do you travel with the humans and the Azamar?
I am searching for an artifact.
Smell of fucking Azamar? Holy shit.
Say again?
I'm searching for an artifact.
An artifact? Oh, you wish to gain entrance to the vault.
Oh, is that where I would find an artifact?
Yes, but tell me, why have you come?
Well, I had visions, you see. Well, no, I should probably start further back. You see, I grew up in the forest. And while living in the forest, I was trained at a temple. And there I learned the arts of the druid. And I learned to speak with animals and plants. And I made friends with many other bears. Are you related to any bears in the West? Anyway, moving on.
Just cast sleep on it. I may as well.
I spoke with the bears. And they told me that bears, in general, are very friendly.
Well, I understand your kind, wood elf. Believe me, more than you might know.
Oh, do you? Oh, right.
Tell me what your purpose is here at the vault.
I was getting to that. So you see, we'll skip ahead of it.
Thank you.
When I came of age, they sent me out into the world to see if I truly was dedicated to the temple and if I would return. And so, while on my visions, I discovered much cruelty in the world and saw what people in their hatred can do. And so in disheartened, terrible despair, I decided I would return. But on my way back, I had this vision. And it told me I should help these people on their quest to return an artifact that would save a kingdom. Would you like to help me?
To save a kingdom, I have no interest in helping the human.
Oh, well, that's fine. Would you like to be my friend, though?
Tell me, wood elf. Why is it exactly that you are helping the humans?
Well, I've always believed my visions, and they've never led me astray in the past. And I'm told that it will bring good things back into the world. And everything has been so very bad. I think I'd be sad about it, but I can't feel sad right now.
We stand a Papega elf queen.
Well, little wood elf, I urge you to run along and run past this place. This is not a place for your kind.
Would you help me pass through this cavern unseen? Not just me, but if you could maybe help me make a distraction, I could help my friends through and we could be on our way and not trouble you further.
I cannot allow you to pass.
Oh, well, that seems problematic. I'd like to pass, you see.
Well,
and I would also like to be your friend.
Our goals do not align, little wood elf.
Does that mean we're fighting?
I do not wish to fight you if I do not have to.
Well, I don't want to fight you either, Bear. You seem quite nice. But if you won't let me pass, I don't really see an alternative, and I think I'd feel bad about it, but I can't right now.
We just sat there. All we see is a bear grumbling.
What do you think you say?
I don't know. I can't hear and I can't speak. Just shut the fuck up.
No, what do you do? Look, you know, Lysha. What do you think she said?
Tell me, wood elf, what is your name?
Lord knows.
Names have power. Should I be frightened of telling you my name? I suppose not. Anyway, it's Lysha.
Lysha. What parts of what woods do you come from?
I come from the autumn wood elves.
Yes, that would explain a lot. Especially your association with the arts and crafts. Now, I'm quite familiar with them myself.
Why don't I just run out there and say, hey,
I follow the circle of the forest.
Yes,
You
yes,
see,
I can
and
tell,
so-
I can tell.
The bear is talking. That much we can tell. If he becomes silent or starts eating an invisible object, then we engage.
Well, okay, sorry. I'll be on guard for the invisible blood.
It's just like 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
It does say I might be able to. Well, it's at your discretion. So if he wouldn't let me pass, he wouldn't let me pass. But I may be able to persuade a beast with this spell to perform a small favor for me. But it's at your discretion.
Why is that a spell? Like, what? Who in the right mind in a rule book just like Druid can persuade a small animal with a small favor?
Who is gonna? Yeah. Hey, Druid.
No, it says I might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor.
okay,
It
but
doesn't have
you-
to be a small animal.
Right, so it's not an extra spell. It's within
It's
that.
part of that spell. It's not an extra spell.
I do not want to see you harmed, Wood Elf. I could not care less for your Azamar or human companions.
Oh, you can
Azamar's
smell them as
about
well.
to
Oh, I
break your
smelt them
shit
a
up.
while away. But I feel I should help you if you do not wish to turn away.
I would rather that I didn't have to. And I know you don't much wish to help them, but it would be greatly helping me if you would let them pass.
The ogres here can be exploited if you know how. You must convince them that you have been sent here as a delegation and that you have an appointment with King Hakas himself. Tell him or tell them that you are here to help them open the vault.
Thank you. What is your name, Great Bear?
My name I will keep to myself for now.
That seems reasonable. I am disappointed not to know it, for I consider you now a great friend. But I thank you, all the same.
Druid's out.
Speak to you later, hopefully. Bye.
And I'd return and convey to them what you just told me about.
How the
Fooling
frick does a
the
bear,
ogres.
bear know what a delegation is?
Well, I mean,
Bears
they're
are
pretty-
far more intelligent than you give them credit
Why
for.
doesn't it? Wait, if we can understand
I mean, I'd be
human
affronted,
and
but I
human
can't
politics,
seem to be right
why
now.
doesn't it speak human?
I mean, it's kind of beside the point, really. It's the language it was given. So we have to convince yet another incredibly large creature that we're allowed to pass through their territory.
Does the bears
Oh,
have
that
their own
seems
delegations?
all right.
I don't know about bear delegations, otherwise I'm not much of a
You know,
naturalist
we've
myself.
pretended to be a delegation before. You should be good
Yeah,
at this.
we
What are you
definitely have the
lying?
look of a delegation.
Why am I lying?
No, I'm just wondering.
I've never pretended to be
I've
a
never heard
delegation,
about a
but
bear
you
understanding
did.
politics.
Or, I mean,
Bears are far more intelligent than humans tend to think.
listen, the bear
People who
told
do
her-
not spend time in the forest wouldn't know.
Well, what the frick? Let's tell about the delegation to the goblins.
Right, I nominate smooth talking
Yes.
Schwarm player over here to
Okay.
do it.
Well,
As you all get ready to make your move, you notice the bear turns around and heads deeper into the passageway. So,
Alright.
and he disappears off.
so the bear disappears. We're just left with two
Can you explain?
ogres.
Can you explain?
Well, so what you can see from this angle is you can see one ogre here who's just kind of fiddling,
He's a whip.
Fiddling?
fiddling with his hands,
Oh,
just
right.
kind of.
Not on the violin.
No, not really paying too much attention. This guy is leaning against the wall, whittling away at some wood,
Right.
and there's another ogre on the high ground here. So this is a higher sort of area, which
Okay.
you can't really see too much from your position right now, but
Right.
there's another one there.
Can I use?
Don't cast any spells, you don't. Just
It's
don't.
not a spell. Can I use my hat of disguise? Is that a spell?
I mean, I don't think he gets to tell you that in advance. You just have to try.
Oh,
I mean, how do you know it's only spells that are triggering this?
because I'm wise.
Okay. That's fair enough.
You can
You
try it.
always
You can try
say
it, Jonny.
that.
You can try it. Okay, that's not convincing. Not doing it. I think.
Coward.
Come, we go. We must talk to these
Oh.
ogres.
Time to face the music.
Who,
She's still
who-
invisible.
Who can you speak?
I am
the
still
language?
invisible.
For an hour.
For 1 hour.
We'll see.
Or until he decides to end the spell. Or his I'm assuming it's a concentration spell, so if you cast another concentration spell, it probably ends.
Yeah,
right?
I can just stop it anyway if I wanted to, but I'm going to keep you.
But we are
Okay.
supposed to be a delegation of quote unquote humans, right? So having a wood elf with us might
Who
be
can
a-
Might
you
be
speak?
strange.
Can you speak Goblin? I can speak Goblin.
Can you speak?
All right, well,
They're-
come along.
They're ogres.
Ogres.
They're
I can
ogres.
speak Orc.
I do not speak any of those things.
Let us
I'm
go first.
gonna march up to the ogre that's sat there fiddling with his hands.
I'll walk behind
You,
him like
ogre.
a bodyguard.
What do you want?
We've been sent here. We have an appointment with King Hakas.
Appointment?
Appointment.
It's a bit weird.
Why is that weird? King Hakas not taking any meetings recently, hey?
Are you his personal secretary?
Listen, I won't think twice before crushing you underneath my boot.
Oh,
you
yeah.
silly little human.
And King Hakas will love that, won't he?
I
An
couldn't
incredibly
care.
important delegation that you decided to crush under your boot.
What the hell's a delegation?
Yes, exactly. Now, we must meet with King Hakas. We come from an incredibly powerful family. We are offering him outrageous support in this time of war.
We're supposed to help him with the vault.
We need to help him open the vault.
Schlag, come over here. And then the other ogre drops his little, I say little, his child-sized carving of a horse that he's making.
Schlag.
Schlag, and trundles up over to you and peers down at all of you.
Schlag, is it?
Yeah?
We have information that can help open the vault. We have
Do
an
you
appointment.
now?
We certainly do.
And how do we know you're not lying?
Because we will fail to open the vault and then you would kill us. Are you for real, Schlag?
We also, why would we have been able to bypass the Arugula clan at the foot of Dotane's rock if we were not to be trusted?
An
They're
excellent point.
weak.
Weak?
You could have killed them.
They are not
Are they dead?
weak. Okay.
Go and check. They're perfectly alive and they let us through because they,
We
unlike
care
you,
not for the humans. Listen, one day the giant empire will be mighty again,
Giant empire.
and you will all
giant
rule
empire.
under us.
We'll all rule under us. No, you'll rule over us. You bloody hell. Anyway, we're opening the vault for King Hakas. Knock, knock. Schlag.
Flagady! And he looks over at the overpass. Yeah? What do you think then? Do we let him pass? What do they want? Oh, they say they're here to see King Hakas. They think they can open up the vault. Open up the vault? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, let him in then.
Fucking yes, dude. Let's go.
What do you mean let him in? Listen, King Hakas can deal with them, and we can come in as well. I don't know. Listen, let me get back to cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, all right then.
Give me a second.
Ogre food.
Shut the fuck up.
Go on then, pass by. Where's that bloody bear got to? Be careful. When you get by, there might be a little surprise waiting for you.
What kind of surprise?
Yeah, don't worry, you'll see it. Maybe.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, good day to you, ogres. Enjoy whatever you're cooking. What are you cooking?
Hey!
What are you cooking?
You, if you're not careful.
Good joke, ogre. What are you cooking? What's in the pot?
Move on. I recommend not pissing these guys off.
Cheerios, fella.
Are you a cook?
No, we're just here to open the vault.
Pretty good cook. Yeah.
No,
What are you cooking?
no,
Listen, come up here and try and taste some of it. I want to get your opinion.
no. We really don't have time. No, that's gonna be a no. No.
I don't think he wants you to try the food.
It's polite.
Hold on. Blarg! Stop them before they get in. I want to grab that one. The one in the dressed in the fancy clothes. He's got to come test my cooking. Come over here. Bring him up.
He has horrible taste buds.
Johnny the Wise, I recommend you hand over our compatriot immediately.
Okay.
What the fuck have you done?
Alright, so... I guess
Are you,
I'll go with him. I'm fucking curious. I'm also hungry. But maybe not that hungry. I mean, it really depends.
You're going to go with him?
Yeah, I'll go with him.
Okay.
Masquerading as his bodyguard.
Is that a plateau? Is that?
Yeah.
It's like a higher level.
Like
like
a high ground plateau.
But how high are we above everywhere else? If I wanted to jump off, would I be able to? Are we talking like 5 foot, 10 foot?
Probably break your leg.
Oh, so we're talking like 20 foot up in the air.
Yeah.
So it's like a
Okay.
ladder? Okay. What in the hell is that?
This is the pathway.
Alright, what are the circles?
Just some debris, rubble,
Oh, I see.
trash,
Okay, so
carcasses.
fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh dear.
All right, Josh. Well,
All right then, sir. Tell me, what's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Alan.
Human?
Alan.
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 Now, what experience do you have with cooking?
I'm a well-renowned chef as well as a vault opener.
And why the hell are you here to open the vault? You say?
I just cook in my spare time.
Oh, bloody hell! Instead of me, amateurs, huh? Amateurs.
What is this?
This is my famous ogre soup.
You cook other ogres?
No, it's a soup you serve to ogres.
Well, you are an ogre. Whenever I make soup, I don't call it human soup.
Well, that's because humans are dumb.
Right, okay.
Why would you not call the food that you serve it to the name of the people you serve it to?
Because you're supposed to label it what's inside. That way people can understand. If I serve you something, I say, here's an apple. I don't say, here's an ogre.
Regardless of that, what do you think it is? And he reaches into the pot and
what does it look
brings up a ladle, huh?
What does it look like, this soup?
A brownish sludge that's been cooking for an unknown length of time. Just simmering for now. He brings up an old wooden ladle and
Gives it a whiff.
He drinks some.
well, it's pretty good. And just hands it over to you, but doesn't really quite hand it. It's like, again, the ladle is too big for you to actually manage.
Okay.
So he just kind of pours it down your neck.
I'm gonna touch his hand. And
Wait, so
Oh,
what's
no.
happening when? He's pouring the ladle.
Alan,
down
you
your
good, mate?
He's pouring the ladle down your throat.
He's about to pour the ladle down your throat.
he's pouring it down my throat.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna step back.
Master Chef Dotane edition.
What are you doing?
What kind of manners do you have? You feed each other, do you?
Well, I'm trying to get you to test it, aren't I?
Well then, I eat it myself. I'm not a child.
Oh, you bloody won't. And then he grabs you with the other hand, scoops up another ladle, and then pours it down your throat.
I'm not
But
going to
when
open
I
my
say
mouth.
pour, it just kind of pours it all over your head. So whether you want to or not, some of it is going to get down your nose, down your mouth.
Alan, what's going on? Alan, you alright? Alan!
It tastes
Alan!
awful.
Alan!
The stench is horrific as this warm, viscous, brown liquid
Do I get covered with this, or am I
makes its
standing
way.
far
It's
enough away?
splashing all over the place, but some parts are more gelatinous than the other.
Oh my
So
God.
it's sliding all down you, just soiling your body.
What's my constitution?
I
I
feel
wonder.
like
That-
I'd be
that is
disgusted, but I
horrific.
can't right now.
That is horrific.
I am probably visibly disgusted, and I've eaten some gruel in my time, in the pits.
Yeah,
Alan,
I've
Say
eaten
something.
gruel.
this is probably the worst thing you've ever
Oh shit.
consumed.
I think I would throw up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
no.
immediately throw up.
Not to your liking, then.
What the hell is that?
It's some couple of day-old cows just been festering for a little while. Get them nice and juicy and tender. Mix it in with a couple of bags. Yeah, some leather bags.
Leather bags.
Uh-huh. Yeah, lovely stuff. It's a great bit of chew to it.
It's occurred to me, Honourable Mr. Ogre, that perhaps the palates between our species are a little incompatible.
Well, that's exactly why we got to rule over you.
Your food is revolting. You are a terrible
No,
chef.
Alan, let's go. Sleep.
Are you with us, or are you at a distance?
You think you could
I'm gonna-
do? You think you could do it better?
I'm gonna cast suggestion on him and tell go feed the rest of that to your friends.
Roll a d10, everybody.
Oh,
For
fuck.
fuck's sake, bro.
It does not work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
As in the suggestion does not work.
Oh.
And in fact, it unleashes a wild burst of fey magic around the center as well. So
Before I've even rolled.
as you were casting it, you attempt to cast it. Okay, we'll start one step at a time here because
Oh!
the act of God dictates that if I critically succeed in saving against a roll, or somebody critically fails the casting of a spell, then another wild burst of magic occurs. There is currently 2. Okay, we'll start with the first one. Everyone roll a d10 and tell me what the results are.
10.
10.
I don't know if
Two.
high is good or bad.
10?
10.
10 here.
Also 10.
2.
3 10s and a 2.
Is that a critical roll? A 10?
No.
You can look at my. It's right there.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Okay. So as you cast suggestion,
I was desperate, man. What was I supposed to do?
Just fucking walk away.
You're a papaga.
I don't like that face at all.
Oh no.
There's a burst of fey magic as, like, who is it? Who is it centered around? Is it centered around the spellcaster?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm right fucking next to it. Brilliant.
burst of fey magic comes out, and it seems like things are fine. It's just you feel a wave of foreign magic just kind of brushing over all of your
This
bodies,
isn't fine at all. I just saw your face.
and a ripple of sort of a strange aura occurs. But roll a second d10 for me, everyone.
8.
10.
Cock die.
0.
I really hope the high is not
Is
bad.
it a
10.
0 or 10?
6.
Yeah, if you roll 0, it's 10.
And roll another d10, everyone, as well.
Another one as
Another
well.
one.
Another 8.
9.
5. What the fuck, man? I don't even know what this means.
Neither
I
do
know,
I
like-
yet. I'm
Also-
about to find out.
I make a request that we turn down the or turn off the air conditioning briefly.
Oh, yeah.
I can
If that's possible.
turn it off, yeah.
For fuck's sake!
So, just for outside of the game, outside of the metagaming, well, I'm going to metagame now and tell you, your D10 as you cast suggestion, the wild burst of fey magic, you hit the one roll on this table of 10,000 spells that doubles every time wild magic happens. So now twice as many things are going to happen every time you cast a spell. What? Which means that the critical save that just occurred from the ogre as he resisted your spell occurs twice now. So there's 2 more bursts of fey magic.
Oh,
And we're about to find out what those 2
God.
are. As I turn down the air conditioning.
How is that even possible?
Can you put it at 71, Bren?
Yeah.
Nice.
71, that's going to be
Oh.
colder, isn't it?
No,
No, we've got it
it's
set to like 66.
Oh my god, you guys, what the fuck?
Johnny likes it to be the Arctic.
Well, it's nice
I
when you
have
sleep.
my apartment.
I said
It's
it-
so cold.
I set it
80.
to 72 when I go to bed.
freezing.
and that's
No,
cold.
when I sleep, it's 66.
So I'm not going to lie, Joe.
It's a lot
They
of
may
calories.
just kill the campaign in this one room. I don't know. It might just happen.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm gone.
The first one is...
September.
So we're just going to TPK right now.
Right.
You're lucky you didn't roll 0, 0, 0, 0. If you all rolled 10s, the campaign would have been over. The nearest star explodes.
The nearest star explodes like the sun.
Yes.
The sun explodes.
Yes. The campaign would have just ended. Yeah, if what? Because 3 of you rolled a 10. If one of you rolled a 10, the star would have exploded. The campaign would have been over.
I would have cast suggestion and exploded the sun.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the most powerful mage in history.
Couldn't find this bloody spell.
This might not be a long episode, Jeff. So
No, this may actually end very quickly.
Don't cast
do you need that
spells.
title?
They're not
Yeah,
that
do you
bad
mind?
usually.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Is that the one?
It's this one.
It's a little risky, to be
It's
honest.
this one.
Would you like
I
to
know,
step
just
outside
make
and
tighter.
let me adjust it?
I'm holding it.
There's a lot of... There's a
So-
lot of...
A lot of.
The ogre suddenly looks down at himself. I should probably find out what the second one is as well.
Is that better?
A 1 in 10,000 chance of destroying the sun.
I mean,
I can't.
I rolled 2 10s in a row. You know, wow. 1 in 10,000. Okay, alright. Yep. It sounds like the odds of Josh actually, like, getting kills when he flanks.
All right, Bren, what's the update?
Oh, and things would have happened twice, so the sun would have exploded twice.
Don't fucking laugh, just tell me what happens, bro.
Suddenly, as the burst of fey magic occurs in 2 repeated explosions, all of you in the room, your hair explodes off of your bodies. For every battle, all of your hair just evaporates and explodes off of your bodies, including the ogres.
We're literally molded.
You've all molted instantaneously. The
I
ogre
don't
looks
have a
down at
bald
himself.
cap.
You're all completely bald.
What about my, like, manly chest hair? That's
devoid
gone?
of hair? You're
My
all
Austin Powers T-section gone?
all gone. And the ogre looks down at himself, who was cooking. starts rolling around on the floor, clutching his body.
Oh my
Stop
God.
the bleeding! Stop the bleeding! And he appears to be having a mental breakdown. He appears to be fine from what you two can see.
What about the bear? Okay.
But in his mind... But in his mind, he appears to think that he is bleeding.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my God! I shouldn't have done that.
My luscious locks are gone.
My head!
His beard's gone.
What the bloody hell is going on up there? What?
I'd be so upset, but I can't be.
Is it the magic of this Dotane's rock just removing our head?
No more spells!
Oh, you don't.
No
have,
spells!
You don't have calm
No,
emotions
no,
anymore.
no, no!
Oh, I don't,
no,
because you
so
did a
yeah,
concentration
Oh,
thing.
for fuck's sake.
No! No spells!
Headphone users, I'm so sorry.
Also, no, I wouldn't have had it anymore when I became invisible.
That's true.
I should have
that's
thought
true.
about that a while
But
ago.
it doesn't matter.
Oh well. I'm also no longer invisible, I guess.
Yeah.
No more spells!
No more spells. No
The
more
ogre
spells.
is rolling around on the floor, screaming horrifically.
Sorry.
And the other two ogres are starting to get up now and walk over to you two.
Are they
As they're
affected?
feeling around at their hair, wondering what the hell has happened.
The cooking, the broth is magical.
I have no hair.
Your
I'm
friend.
circumcised, and I have no hair. What did you do to me? Why did I worry? Why? What is happening? Why?
Shut up, Wood Elf! Now, start slowly.
Okay.
What have you done with my beard?
The cooking is magical. Your friend has been cooking spells instead
Wait,
of dinner.
wait. Ogre, I've detected magic on your soup. We should pour it out. It's not working.
Magical soup.
Flabbity!
Magical soup.
Flabbity, what's going on up there? The guy's still rolling around on the ground. He's screaming at himself, scraping at his skin almost. What have you done?
Pour out the soup. It's magical. I've detected it. I'm a wizard.
What do you mean magical soup?
It's magical soup. You put an ingredient in here which have made everyone's hair explode.
Nothing strange happened here until you four came along.
Nobody had tried the soup yet.
Yes, we eat from the soup every bloody night, you
No,
fucking
I've
idiot.
detected magical
Not
soup.
this soup.
Not this soup.
What do you mean not
Why do you think
soup?
that we know how to help open the vault? You should probably just let us through, because if we help open the vault, then everything will go back to normal. Please, it's just because there's magic in the vault.
In the soup. She meant in the soup.
In the soup and
Magic
the bowl,
in the
but
soup.
mostly the soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The soup.
The soup.
Soup is magical.
The soup is magical.
Look at me. I'm hairless like a day I was born. If why would we afflict ourselves with this condition as well as you?
Oh, you make a good point.
Why would we
there.
subject ourselves to this same torture? Look at me.
Your
My
soup
golden locks are gone.
has taken my beard.
What? No, the soup has taken my beard.
No, my beard.
Well, yes,
No,
both are
my
actually-
beard.
Both beards. Both beards.
Yeah, yeah.
It's taken both beards,
Oh, yeah,
but it's the
yeah.
soup.
The soup.
It could have something to do with the magic aura in this
Oh,
place.
pour it out then.
You pour it out.
You're the. I can't.
I
lift
can't
this,
get
it's too
up there.
big.
I won't fit.
Well, just don't eat the soup. That's all we're saying.
Can
If
I
transform?
can I
if I'll
pour over the
have fur
cauldron? Do
or
I-
be bald?
Do I have the strength to pour over a cauldron?
Roll a strength check.
Okay. I run at the cauldron with the intent of pouring it over.
That wasn't a roll. You just dropped it and it flopped.
Do it
As a
again.
cock
Do it
die.
again.
Well, you hate to see it. I roll a 7.
Ah.
I roll a 7, yeah.
You
Fuck.
run full speed, looking like
Coming with the.
trying to come in for the side
I
shoulder
look like
barge.
One Punch Man, I guess. Yeah.
Trying to go for it, completely bold.
Yeah.
And
As the day I was born, yep.
you slam into the side of the cauldron and ricochet off the back of it,
Oh, shit.
as it appears to
I
be
run
bolted
next.
into the ground.
I do it next. I run with the intent of flipping the cauldron.
Uh-huh.
14.
Okay. Jonny the Wise swaggers over to the cauldron where he sees that you have failed.
It's a fucking heavy cauldron, mate. Look at this.
Gets in the deadlift position, squats down, lifts it from the bottom, realizes the cauldron is still on fire and burns his hands. And does not lift the cauldron.
Okay. Your cookware is a little ill-suited for human hands, or shoulders, as it may be.
We are puny humans. You are meant to rule over us. That means that you also have to tip cauldrons out.
Well, we're down here and you're up there, and we have no way of getting up there. Now, what have you done with Fribbledy?
Okay, I'm going to use my cantrip, Mold Earth.
Stop fucking casting spells! Stop! No! Don't do
I already said
Why
it.
are you
It's too
doing
late.
this?
I was
Too
watching.
late.
I've already done it.
Papaga!
Shit. It's a cantrip,
Pepper
though, for what
Gassity
that's
up in
worth.
here.
Not a first level spell, so I actually don't have to roll for the...
It's an action. not a
But
it's
I'm
spells.
removing
It's
part of the
definitely a
earth
spell.
under one side of the cauldron to force the cauldron to tip over.
Everyone roll a d10.
I'm so angry at you. I'm actually
spell. I want
know.
to complete the campaign.
3.
2.
6.
Wait. 4.
Everyone roll another d10.
For fucking, come on.
3.
1.
9.
8.
Can you fucking, are you guys good with those high rolls?
Like, yes, because I did it on purpose.
There are 10,000, who the fuck has time to come up with 10,000 different possibilities?
Oh, they're here.
That is crazy, isn't
Don't
it?
you worry, they are here.
That is mental. Oops. Oh, well, there was nothing in it. Jesus.
Did we blow up? We didn't blow up the sun. Did we blow up the moon?
Nothing appears to happen the first time around, but the second explosion of Fey magic does the following.
Mate,
Your skin appears to be dripping wet, Lysha. When I say dripping wet, it begins to just sort of form and morph before your very eyes into the look of wet paint.
Your skin is like wet paint.
don't scream loudly again, please.
But it, to the touch, it feels normal. It just looks like wet paint.
Wait. What? Lysha, what are you doing?
I didn't do this.
So you've gone from molding to melting.
I'm molding and melting.
Jonny, you also noticed that Lysha's eyes, the colours of them have been inverted. So where there was previously white, they've turned black, and previously
Lysha, you're
black, they've turned white.
Lysha, your eyes.
What about my eyes?
No, they're
Everything fine?
yeah.
Something wrong with my eyes.
Hey,
My eyes are wrong. What happened to my eyes?
Alan O'Dale.
What's wrong with my eyes? Tell me what's wrong with my eyes.
Alan O'Dale. Look, Alan, look at me.
Why am I blind?
Lysha's
Is this
eyes.
Bill, by the way?
Lysha, Alan. Lysha, your eyes are completely normal.
Give me a piece of glass to look into.
No.
Let me just fucking
No, they're
conjure
fine.
one.
No, they're
Wait,
fine.
I actually have a jagged piece of glass stuck up my ass for just this occasion.
Oh,
Let me
is
just
that where you
fucking-
keep your sword? Show it to
Let me
me.
just
No,
fucking
they're
get
fine.
it out.
They're fine. Your eyes are fine. Your eyes are fine.
I
No,
draw
it's
my
fine.
sword and show her the reflective surface of it. And hold it in front of her.
And I look at my eyes.
Yeah. No, they're fine.
Well, I was hoping that would help, but
This is why one never goes underground. This is because we're underground. This
we're
is
Can we go to
above
the
ground.
vault?
Because we're
We're above ground. We're in a
Why are you
tower.
asking me?
High
Ask me,
up.
ask
Can we
about
go
This
to
it.
is
the
why
vault?
no one never goes inside. It
We
feels like
are
we're underground. Is there not like 10,000
not
pounds of stone
underground.
on top of me? Or the walls
windows
closing
are
in, my
there.
eyes are inverted. What's happened to my face?
You can
What
literally
else?
see
Why
the
does my
clouds.
skin look like paint?
What else? Let's go to the vault.
We still need to deal with these ogres. Are they going to let
Hey,
us pass?
no.
I'm just going
there,
to slowly
there.
take her by the hand and start leading her down the stairs again.
Yeah. Ogres, it's been a pleasure.
Come, Lysha, come.
Sayonara, bitches.
Do it like that. Oh, we just do like classic bowing and scrapings. We back out the room, like cartoon style. And then
Yes.
we're trying to get the fuck
They're
out.
staring bewildered as what is occurring in front of them, just kind of scratching where their hair used to be, and wondering
Is she crying?
why King Hakas has invited such a weird
It's your
delegation.
What?
There's walls.
There's walls
They're on fire. They're walls.
because we're in a tower
We're inside the mountain.
where we're
So you're stepping through the passage, all of you.
Yeah, we're going past
we need to progress somehow
Yeah.
in this campaign
Who is walking first?
I am walking first.
because he was the one.
Roll a perception check.
Johnny's now the tank.
I am the tank.
Only he couldn't lift it either. Yeah. I do like the swag walk up.
13.
13. As you walk forwards, Johnny, you step. You feel like a bit of tension on your foot, and as you take the next step forwards, you snap a wire that was waiting beneath your boot.
Why? What? The surprise.
Everyone roll a dexterity save.
Surprise.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Hey, Ash, where's
Where's my D20?
7.
Yeah, where's the other dice?
Oh, here.
Right,
Here's
sorry.
another of mine.
Thank
Or I'll
you.
use the wooden one.
Oh,
Because this one looks like wood.
it does. All right.
9.
Well, it's a dex save. It's a dex save, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a dex save.
Dex save, yeah.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
9.
13.
Oh, I'm so fucked.
Also
Sorry.
9.
13, 9, 7,
No, I got 13.
13.
Damn.
2 13s, 2
13,
7s.
2
We,
7.
why didn't we check for traps?
What did you get?
Or no, sorry, 2 13s and 2 9s. We
You're
both got
nine.
9.
Ah, you all fail.
Oh.
Okay, what does that mean though?
I'll tell
Probably
you
nothing
in
good.
just a little minute as I find.
Yeah, Thicklet in chat is right. None of this would happen if we just blew up the fucking sun.
Yeah, we should have blown up the sun.
We all fail.
So as you're walking between the garbage and
Very
trash
interesting.
that's in this passageway, Johnny snaps the wire underneath his foot, and suddenly the two sides of the trash all around you, much like that scene in Star Wars where the trash compactor's slowly coming in.
Yeah.
But just imagine the gaping jaws of some sort of animal closing in on you
How
rapidly
fast?
like this. Pretty quickly, but there's nothing particularly sharp really in this in the trash heaps. It's old carcasses, it's rubbish, it's the bodies, it's their waste, their piss, their
It's
poo.
not sharp. It's gonna fucking squash me, mate.
Yeah. So everyone takes a 1d10 of bludgeoning damage that you're rolling yourself.
Jesus. 7.
5.
10.
6.
Good God. So we just got.
I told
smushed
you
in
the
trash.
walls were closing in.
Oh my god.
Walls are actually closing in. Alright, we need to get through this passage now.
I'm gonna throw up again.
Can we
Stab it! Stab it!
Okay,
Everyone
at this
roll-
point-
you're all waist deep in garbage, so it's gonna take a bit of time to
I'm
drag
going
yourselves
to transform
out. Okay.
into my wild
Stop.
shape.
Is that a spell?
Oh my god!
No, it's not a spell. I just wild shape. Well, I guess it is magically assuming a shape, so it is magic technically. But stuck in this garbage, freaking out. Walls have literally closed in
That's
on me.
true. That's
I
true.
would transform into a swarm of insects.
Everyone roll a d10.
9. Oh no.
3.
Also
5.
9.
9935.
Everyone roll another d10.
7.
1.
7.
1.
Why are we rolling the same
Yeah.
thing?
Odd. Let's see what happens now.
These are just constantly active gods. Every time someone casts a spell, there is an active god.
Ah!
Yeah, I feel you,
No,
Jonny.
I think the act of God was basically starting this,
Yeah.
and now.
At this point, Eren's just like, fucking kill me.
I think you got paid for it, right?
Strike me the fuck down.
Is there a way to like end this Fey bullshit? Because this is gonna make it impossible for most of the party to do
Just
it.
go- no, just don't cast spells. That's all you have
if
to
we
do.
get another act of God, it will cancel out the previous act of God.
Yeah,
So
because
as you
literally we're
transform-
all useless. Except for you.
Lysha, as you transform into flies, you feel all at once the moisture from your body leaving you. And you take 5 damage in the form of desiccation damage.
Desiccation. Like the fucking coconut flakes you get. And you put on Lamington.
It just says desiccation. I don't really know what the word means, but
Yeah, you know, you had Lamington, right?
Dried and flaked.
It's,
No.
it's the,
it's you're essentially being dried out.
yeah.
You're being turned into
Dried
a
and
husk.
flakes, yeah.
Yeah. And the second spell is
Oh, there's another effect.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
2 every
right,
time.
right. Actually trying to find a way to...
Or transform.
Oh,
into
no.
insects.
Lysha.
Literally everything.
Yeah,
You're the one
everything is
casting.
happening to
You
you.
cast a spell.
You cast a spell.
Oh,
I've
and he
a lot
cast
of
2 spells
You,
on you as well.
you suddenly, in the back of your mind, realize that your entire life, you've actually been scared of plants and wildlife.
Wait,
She's a fucking druid.
She's a druid!
It says nearest druid develops a fear of plant and wildlife.
Oh my God. What?
And I'm literally a bug right now.
Roleplay that one.
I'm a swarm of bugs. Every time I see part of myself, it's like,
Oh my
what the
God.
fuck, Bren?
You cast a damn
It's
spell.
the table. It's not me, it's the table.
That's amazing.
Well, yeah. Roleplay as a swarm of flies
Scared
that
of
is
each other.
afraid of wildlife.
Afraid of wildlife and afraid of the walls
But I
around
guess you
me.
don't-
I don't want to be inside, but now I'm also afraid of the outdoors.
You're very fearful.
There has to be a way to
person.
roleplay this.
I'm afraid of everything. I want to live in the desert. I've decided to become a desert elf. I'm going to live
I
in the
guess
sand
you could
dunes.
fly out the window as the swarm of flies.
I'm going to try and live in the sand dunes. I can't fly yet because I didn't level up.
How does a swarm of flies not fly?
I'm not sure, but I'm a swarm of insects that can't fly, so I presume I'm a shit ton of beetles crawling all over the top of the carpet.
Fly? It's literally in the name. Fly.
No!
You can't be flies if you can't fly.
I'm not sure.
It was like a
what
fucking
it is,
ant.
but it says I can turn into a swarm of insects
Okay.
at the first level that you can start doing wild shape, but it also says you can't fly until. So I'm not
So
sure.
you're scarab beetles, I guess. You're dung
Basically
beetles.
like Japanese beetles. Yeah.
Yeah, dung beetles.
Yeah, so I'm a swarm of
incredible.
beetles crawling all over the garbage right now.
The flies in the name.
Well,
That's
Well, I guess
incredible.
you barely. Are you sentient? In
I
this
am
form?
sentient in this form. I maintain all of my intelligence, and the only stats of mine that change are
God.
strength, dex, and constitution. My intelligence, wisdom, and charisma stay the same.
Oh my god.
But at least the vault seems bigger now. Like the place is. Wait.
Yes.
you-
So in theory, part of transforming into a small creature was to A, be able to get out of the garbage,
Right.
and B, because it would make the enclosed space feel larger. But now I am a bug, which I am afraid of. And I don't even want to go outside anymore because there are plants and animals.
That's incredible.
So
What about the
That's
bear that we're about to
incredible.
run into?
I'm now going to be afraid of my new bear friend.
Well,
That's phenomenal.
me right up.
So I can talk to plants and animals, but I'm afraid of them.
This has to be Johnny's, right? This seems like a Johnny thing. This
No,
is
it's Josh.
That's mine.
Really? Because this looks Swedish as fuck.
Mm.
You know, like the horns. They have
Yeah,
horns
yeah.
everywhere.
No.
Yes, I am a
In Roman, it
charismatic
would
dung
be a
beetle.
lot bigger.
You would get a huge horn.
I mean, no one's
Yeah.
compensating for it. It's a bottle opener, Johnny.
I have a huge horn. At
Really?
home, Yeah.
Really? At home?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
How big is the horn?
Very large.
Mm. What do you use it for?
Yeah, I don't think chat's wrong. I think at this point
Horns
Lysha
for
might
blowing,
just kill
I
herself.
believe.
She's literally afraid of everything.
No, she's just gonna be very scared.
well. Good news for you, Lysha. As you enter through the passageway, the cave opens up and widens to a height of around 30 feet tall. Now, a big, relatively open cavern, and there's various windows. I say it's makeshift windows that have been mined or basically formed through wind and rain over the years that sort of give you a look onto the outside of the area. So sunlight is shining through now. It doesn't feel as enclosed as it once did. And there are numerous boulders and whatnot scattered around this giant lair as you wander through. I forgot about the bear.
I forgot the bear.
There's still fur.
What's that?
There's still fur on it.
Oh. Well, that shit's real. Damn. Okay, I see a H. I see a big H.
Yes. In front of you,
It's going down.
you see
Yelling
Hakas
timber.
the giant sat down on a pile of furs and bones that he's mangled and worked into a makeshift crude throne.
How big is Hakas?
Hakas is a chonker. He's a bit of a chungy boy.
Okay.
Is he a giant? Yeah,
yes,
right?
yeah, he's a giant. About the same size as your average hill giant.
Okay.
But he sits on this throne with a posture about him, a sort of presence that you haven't really seen of giants before. And atop his head sits a crown, which looks like it has been crafted quite delicately, quite finely, inlaid with many jewels of various types and colours. As he sees you all enter past the trap, he has a smirk on his face as he's leaning back and waits for you to enter. By his side stands a wood elf, completely bald and looking quite moulding as it stands.
There's no
Do
bear.
we recognise?
There's no bear.
There's no bear?
Do we
There's no
recognise
bear.
the wood elf?
Just
at
the
all?
wood elf.
No, you don't recognize the wood.
Okay, I would turn back into a wood elf from my swarm of insects because the room is now larger and I recognize one of my kin.
Is that magic?
I think it's
You're
part of the same
ending a
spell. I think I just
concentration.
end
Oh,
the
yeah,
spell.
ending.
For the sake of not blowing up the sun, I'm going to say no.
You're
just
scared of that
ending
1
a
in a
spell.
10,000 chance, yeah.
I mean, you almost hit it, so...
Oh,
That's-
well, that doesn't make any
We
sense,
did.
but yeah.
We did.
That's
3 of
true,
us
it doesn't
rolled
make any
10.
sense, yeah. The
Don't
3 of
blow
you
up the
rolled the
sun.
10.
Yeah.
Don't blow up the sun.
Right. So
King
So
Hakas.
inside this room, let me describe this scene to you as you walk in. It's a grand area. The stench of death is pervasive in the entire room. On the wall behind him are many cows, livestock chained to the wall, petrified in fear. And you take a look around, you see half-eaten carcasses and all sorts littered around King Hakas in his throne room. Various pieces of fur all scattered around, as well as rope and other bits and bobs. It just feels like it's like the hill giant sort of gained sentience and so is trying to sort of mimic and imitate what he would believe a royal room to be, essentially a crown room. But he appears to be a hill giant sitting at the foot, or sitting on his throne, and beside him is a wood elf who's whispering into his ear.
do we recognise this wood elf?
No, you don't.
Does Lysha?
No.
Do I recognize what circle or clan they might be from, based on anything?
He looks to be dressed in very high-end robes, so you would recognize him to be a member of the upper court,
Okay.
someone quite high up in Wood Elf society, the Fomar court.
Okay,
Yes.
then seeing that and knowing whatever I know of our customs, I would genuflect appropriately.
Yes, he acknowledges you and
Genuflect.
whispers back. Keeps whispering to Hakas.
Do I have any wisdom about Hakas' preferences, goals,
What's he into?
stories,
What is he like?
what it's like?
What gets him going?
What gets him going?
Is this Hakas? Is he a notorious figure in this world?
Yes, yeah, you've heard
I know.
rumors or whispers of him. He's used as a recent nightmare tale told to children to get them to go to bed at night. You know, go to bed, otherwise King Hakas will come for you and eat you up. He's a bit of a notorious figure in the world as it stands. You wouldn't really know much of King Hakas. None of you really did any digging from information. You just know of the basics, which is the fact that he is gathering the tribes to him, something that hasn't been done for hundreds of thousands of years. And the reason for that is because hill giants normally are quite dumb. They don't really have any coordination in terms of rallying together people,
Can't
organizational
coordinate in large
skills.
groups, yeah.
They're just not really known for that as a species, but Hakas seems to have done the impossible and rallied multiple races and species under one banner, unifying them.
For what purpose?
Well, we don't know.
It's time to walk up then.
My advisor tells me that you can open my vault.
Indeed, King Hakas. We know that there is much of great value inside the old vault, and that you have struggled to open it thus far. We come from the kingdom of Mold.
Kingdom of Mold? I've never heard of such a kingdom.
Haven't you heard about King Papaya?
And who runs this kingdom? What race?
The human kingdom.
Human kingdom.
Under Lord, I believe he goes by, Lord Papaya.
Lord Papaya.
And
yes.
why would I help the human kingdom when I seek to crush every instance of your pathetic little race?
I'm completely lost.
We come with no violence intended. We're simply here to help each other out.
I can see that. You're balls deep in my kingdom, surrounded by some of my finest elite warriors, including 10,000 arugula tribesmen who are waiting at the base of the mountain for a singular order to rip you to shreds. You would not leave here alive.
Well, I mean, technically I'm the leader of the Arugula tribe because I killed their... never mind. I didn't kill him. I beat him. Yeah. Alright, anyway.
So while this conversation's happening, starting in Elvish and then finishing in Druidic, I would say a greeting to the person standing next to him to try and gauge what... Like if he understands the Druidic mostly, but obviously the Elvish, and see also if...
Druidic is a language?
The king, yeah.
Oh.
And see also if the king
looks
understands.
at you in Elvish when you beckon to him in Elvish.
He looks at you in Elvish.
He looks at you when you beckon to him in Elvish, and narrows his eyes, and then turns to the rest of the party again.
Okay. Does he doesn't react to the Druidic at all?
No.
Did he? So is it an acknowledgement? Did he acknowledge
A
it?
subtle one.
Okay.
Subtle acknowledgement. Yes.
You would not be helping us, we would be helping you. It is our show of deference to the true rulers. We, from the kingdom of Mold, know that the giants was always supposed to rule.
You speak brave for a small one. Yes, I like the sounds of that. Well, tell me then,
Alan
of Mold.
Alan of Mold.
How exactly do you intend to open my vault?
There is powerful ancient magic keeping your vault locked up. We at the Kingdom of Mold, notorious vault openers.
Notorious vault openers, you say?
Notorious.
And you.
Yeah,
And
you
me.
are the vault opener.
Everyone
both
from the
of us,
Kingdom of Mold.
Yeah.
We
Both
must
of us will open it.
we must inspect to see it first. What and you must tell us what you know of what is inside.
He stands up off of his throne and looks down on all of you.
How tall?
I'd say about 15 feet.
Mm.
A giant
So
hulking
two
beast
Johnnies.
of a man. He's
Okay.
fitting
Respectable.
half the size, respectable size, two Jonathans. And he says, if I am to allow you to open my vault, I suppose a payment would be in order. I would allow you a singular item from the vault, nothing more than that. But that's only if you're able to open it. If you fail, then I would not think twice about crushing you all.
You guys actually have a way to open this damn vault.
Sounds about good to me.
This is an acceptable deal to the Kingdom of Mold.
And us.
We are
Not
from
the entire kingdom, but us.
We speak on behalf of the kingdom.
We speak on behalf of the kingdom
We're
sometimes.
we're a delegation.
Allegedly.
We're
I do my
dignitaries.
best to give a knowing look to the the elf standing next to him, as if I know like these guys are idiots and I'm actually in charge, but like conveying that silently with my face.
Gotcha.
There's a lot to convey with your face.
Elves can do it.
So you
Two other
notice,
elves.
you notice behind King Hakas, you see.
We see. We never figured out how to open the fucking vault, did we? We never really.
Give me a moment.
Is Alika still with us?
Yep.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
She knows how to open it.
We'll figure it out.
Dude, all of my spells are useless now. I'm afraid of almost all of them.
Nice. Means you're not overpowered anymore. Cool.
Never was, honestly, not after the first episode.
So you
I was
see
gonna say I was pretty on par with everybody else for the most
What?
part.
giant steel door. It's 30 feet tall, 15 feet wide, just behind King. Cast from top to bottom. The door is showing some beautifully carved scenes from the history of what you assume to be the giants, along with passages written in scripture that only those of you who speak giant will be able to decipher.
Giant being its own language?
Yeah.
I do
Wait,
not
sorry,
speak
repeat
giant.
that last part again.
Do you speak
So-
giant?
Do you speak giant?
Yes.
So Jonny the Wise would be the only one who would be able to decipher what some of these runes
You speak giant?
say.
Say, what particular skill would I
Why
require
do you speak
to
giant?
be able to decipher?
You just know. You just read it as you would
Okay.
reading another
Okay,
language.
well then I'm going to use. Wait.
Couldn't you just tell us what it
Wait.
says?
Do not cast.
Um,
we have to.
Well,
though.
is
He
it
does
just
speak
giant-ish?
Wow, he speaks
What do you
common,
mean?
giant, goblin, and orc. The fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I can simply read what it says.
Yeah, you can just read and
Yeah,
repeat
read it.
in
Well,
common
what does it say?
to the people. So as you look up and down the door, you notice that it's depicting scenes and battles and famous events from the
Wait, it's an
history
image.
of giant kinds. It's kind of like a mural with the carvings of giant runes, as giant as in the language, below it. The first scene is of a mighty figure clad in burning black armor. Eren, as you look upon it, you feel a great amount of eyes upon you as you stare at this one figure.
The figure, the black arm.
And your tattoo begins to itch and burn a little bit as you're staring at it. Now, the figure is surrounded by carrion crows, and it's driving a black sword into the earth. And giants with burning beards are falling from the clouds in the background, driven out by thunder. So you, Mitch, just recognize internally. You know that is Azul, Lord of Destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jonny, can you roll a religion check for me?
Still a teddy.
Of course. Almost. 13.
So you know that this is showing the famous scene in giant history of Arakura, the sovereign of Earth, and she was killed by Azul once before using a sword forged by the fire giants. And this caused a great separation between a lot of the giant kind, and caused the fire giants to be thrown out from the Sky Kingdom by Vinda, the sovereign of the skies. So this is basically a famous event in which the giant kinds became even more separated. And you also see, among the creeping, this inscription. So I'll show it to the chat real quick. Actually, is it going to be backwards? I don't think so. But I'll read it out as well. The first inscription says, the great enemy spilled the blood of the Stone Mother and the fire giants were cast out, basically describing the events. So Jonny, this is for you.
Oh, nice, I get it.
Yep.
Is
Oh,
this
that's the right
part
one.
of what you printed?
Yes, this is important. So only Jonny can read this, and it depends if you're relaying it onto everybody.
Are you telling us what it says or no?
Not for the moment.
No. The second scene says, or shows at least, that it's like a giant standing atop a rock and holding a crown in one hand above their heads, and giants below him gathering to him, offering gifts. And you can roll a history check if you like.
Oh, well. Poop. Oh, it's still a 13.
Okay, so you
What
know
the
that
hell?
is depicting Dotane the Giant King.
Good lord.
You know that it's this is showcasing Dotane the Giant King, who rallied the exiled giants and ruled from this very rock. And he and his kindred ruled over the smaller people for years and years in this area. And below it is this inscription as well. King Dotane led us to rule from the mountain. He was a great shield who gave us new life. And this is what it depicts as well for the people who are just watching. So
Is
there
there
you
a
go.
reason that... I mean, I'm not going to metagame.
The third scene on the section of the wall shows a tiny figure with a great spear stabbing the king, whose body breaks as it falls from the rock. And you would all know, essentially, this is a famous event in the history where King Magnan slayed Dothain to claim back the lands of Vercingetorix where you stand.
King Magnan.
Yeah.
There's a lot of World of Warcraft bosses here with one letter added to.
I'm throwing some shade at Joe, okay? Alright.
Weird champ. Yeah.
And this one comes with writing that says, Death came to Dothain by the Small, who pretended to be a friend, who made war on us and scattered us to the wind. So this is it here. You also get this.
By the Small.
By the Small.
We are the small.
And the final.
We are the Small and
Speak for
Mauled.
yourself.
The final door inscription showcases. What does it showcase here? The clouds parting, and a massive figure with a beard of thunderclouds rains lightning down on the tiny king and his castles, while figures in shining armor bear glowing runes to the giants. And the inscription below it says, the Stormfather's voice will open the vault of clouds. Vinder's children journey to us to bring us sacred runes. And this is what it looks like.
I
And
hate
you
when
get this
the-
as well.
I hate when the cloud parts.
Yeah. So this is what you see in front of you in terms of the door. There's something hidden inside these words, and it's up to you guys to decipher what they mean and how you're supposed to get through the door.
Well, as of right now, it's up to Jonny because he won't share with us what it says.
Yeah.
So wait, so we're just currently looking at the thing.
King Hakas. This describes giant history, does it not?
You read Giant?
It
I
does
read giant
indeed the history of our people.
I wonder if there's
Yes.
any significance in the placement of those images behind whatever those runes are.
It is
Do you see those?
quite the history.
Yes, I do. What do they say?
The first.
You read to these people. I'm going to question King Hakas some more.
Why don't you want to hear what it means?
I feel like this should be between the three of you. King Hakas can answer some of my questions. I'm gonna.
Well, we have time. So.
Can I do
Just don't be difficult,
an
let him do
insight
it.
check
Just
to
give the
tell
sheets
if I
to
can
us, let
tell
him do
he's
it.
being shady?
Alright, well.
Josh, roll a deception check.
14.
Can I roll a counter
you have to
insight
beat
check?
it. Yeah, beat it with your insight check.
Well, that's a crit fail.
Well, you are none the wiser. Yeah.
Lysha and Eren, there are 4 inscriptions here depicting giant history. The first inscription says, the great enemies spilled the blood of the Stone Mother and the fire giants were cast out. Essentially, meaning a figure you know.
It might be easier if
Would
you
you
can
scratch it
you
out
can-
in the dirt for us?
Yeah, you
Possibly.
can,
Could we?
No, I am the reader of the inscriptions.
Well, but I just, like I said, I think there might be some
The
significance
clue
in
is
the
not in
placement
the words, but it's in
of
Well,
those images.
get there. Silence. I am the wise.
You are not acting wise. You
The
are acting
second
petulant. Would you stop being a
inscription
child
is
before I
the
kill you?
Second
He is the
inscription
Slender.
reads, King Dothain led us to rule. From the mountain, he was the great shield who gave us new life. Essentially meaning Dothain's rock was named after the giant Dothain, who protected so many people. But then death came to Dothain by the Small, who pretended to be a friend, who made war on us, scattered us to the wind.
None of this is helpful.
The small
Just let it
people
go.
were the humans, you see, Lysha. So the small people, us, the humans right here, killed Dothain, and they depicted us as evil. And there's one more. There's one more in inscription, which says, Stormfather's voice will open the vault of clouds. Vinder's children journey to us to bring us sacred runes. So essentially, we need the Stormfather's voice to open the vault of clouds.
That's
And
excellent. Could you now scratch all that out in the dirt for us?
Yes.
Just be
Phenomenal.
obtuse.
Phenomenal.
Right.
Here it is. Wow.
Let's try and. It's not
In the
order,
meantime,
for
Bren.
starters.
So,
No,
can you
it's got
roll
something to do with those
a,
symbols.
what is your highest, Arcana or Religion?
Oh my! I thought you wanted me to like roll an artistic
Mine are
skill.
both. Mine are both +4.
Alright, can you roll a religion check for me, Josh?
Nat 20.
Not 20. So you know from what Jonny has told you, essentially, of the description of the clouds parting and a massive figure raining lightning down on the tiny king in his castles, is depicting a scene where Vinder, who is essentially the sovereign of the skies, the father of all giants,
Okay.
this shows him destroying Magnan's kingdom, but this never actually occurred.
Right.
This never actually occurred. So it's written as if it would be history, but this is, you know from a fact that Magnan's kingdom went on to live for hundreds of thousands of years.
Enemy, blood, stone, fire,
So I'm
king, mountain, shield, life, death, friend, war, wind,
think it'll be that
storm,
easy?
clouds, journey, sacred runes.
You're making shit up.
No, I'm just looking at all of the words that you wrote here in the dirt
Yeah,
that have
but-
symbols behind them and trying to figure out if, well, there's obviously some connection to the symbols and the words.
Look, your grammar is straight garbage.
Obviously,
You're
It
missing a lot of
needs work.
prepositions.
but it's a
Use
start.
the subjunctive.
For those who are meant to be wise, you are incredibly obtuse.
In the meantime, I'm going to be talking to King Hakas. So I want to try and lead King Hakas into a more quiet corner.
What do you want, little man?
We need to know what you have attempted to do already to try and open the vault.
Well, we've banged it, we've bruised it,
Bruised
tried
it.
to force it open.
Okay.
Some
Say,
of my
what-
most
what-
powerful sorcerers have tried to cast their magic on it. It reflects backwards. The doors are enchanted.
Wait a minute.
What
Enemy
is the-
blood.
What is the Stormfather's voice? Is that lightning?
What do you know of the history of Dotain's Rock?
The history.
I could some.
This place before.
Yes, well,
Why-
this
why
is the
do you
home
even-
of giant kind. It's where Dotain led his rule of the giant king. It's where I will once again
Thunder is technically that.
reset
Stormfather's
the
voice.
rule
Enemy,
and rule
blood,
upon all lower life
stone,
forms.
fire,
Just while we're fucking.
shield, life.
I don't think there's.
Hi, King Hakas.
Who are Vinder's children?
They are the fire giants,
What-
aren't
Can
do
I
you-
roll a wisdom or knowledge or history check or something about the Vinder's children or Stormfather's voice?
Sure.
About both?
Roll an Arcana check.
Arcana check?
Yeah.
26.
So you know that there are enchantments that activate upon certain voice patterns, sounds, which is usually how most mythological tales of certain actions happening. This is how you know that they are possible to create. You know that how they work, so to speak.
Ah, but it is but a riddle. And we need to speak properly to enter.
Melon.
Yes.
The doors do not open.
Shame.
Essentially, we need to say the correct words, and the doors shall open.
Is it a word or a sound though? The Stormfather's voice sounds like lightning or thunder or something primordial.
Well,
If that
essentially,
were
you'd
the
be saying
only
something
sentence that
in.
mattered, why would the rest be here, though?
You would be
It's a
saying something
story.
in giantish, presumably. So we need to say something
Okay.
with meaning.
Guys, so can you read or speak giant or both?
Both.
Okay.
I am very proficient in giant.
Well, how about you say the words covered by runes in giant? However bad you thought my grammar was, maybe just say those to start instead of reading the whole thing out.
You're gonna make me look like a fool in front of the house, but you don't think he's done that already. You know?
Jonny, can you recognize these runes then behind the writing? Do they look familiar to you if you're
Are the
familiar
runes
with
in the
giant?
background like the whole word is like that? What that rune is just the image of what the word actually looks like on around the door, or so these
Oh, so it's just
runes
the
are just
translation.
the
Just a translation, but it's much more engraved. So they're more prominent in the writings.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
So there are more runes than this, but
Yes, they're all the individual words are runes.
okay.
But the ones where they showcase on there are just more pronounced.
Are more pronounced.
Yeah, they're more pronounced.
Okay.
We need to
The giant version of
come up with a
bolding.
sentence to speak.
In the meantime, I'm just going to say to King Hakas, what do you know of what is inside the vault? Why do you desperately need it so much?
Well, any kingdom
Hang
needs
on.
treasure.
Give me 2 seconds.
Are you Googling?
No, I'm not
Artifacts to
Googling. I'm just
rule.
typing out all the words so that I can see them.
Sure.
I'm
But
just typing it in Google because it's easier.
you know not of what is hidden inside.
Oh, not as much as anyone else does.
Okay.
The
those two are
contents of
good.
this vault have been locked away for millennia. All I know is that it is my destiny to take hold of whatever powers may be inside and rule over all kind.
Wait. Wait. Wait.
I
Wait,
honestly,
what are we waiting
I
for?
honestly think you should conjure lightning.
What are we waiting for?
Well, I can try. If you'd like me to conjure lightning.
At the door.
Or a thunder wave. If you just need thunder, I can do thunder.
Oh, yeah, it's just
It's not a
thunder.
great idea.
Yeah, but we need... Okay, bro. Alright, you want to just... Okay, let's get a lightning rod and fucking wait till it rains. We'll just sit around. I'm sure Hakas will fucking entertain us for next God knows how long.
Hakas.
Yeah, thunder wave.
I
we
can
do.
call lightning, or I can do a thunder wave.
Thunder
Do
wave
we
sounds
need the
better.
lightning bolt, or do we need just the
Just-
sound of thunder?
It says the Stormfather's voice.
Hakas, we are going to...
Let me just see if the lightning
We are going to
would
try
create a thunder
a
sound
range
as
of
well.
things. All are incredibly important. Please do not interrupt us at this time. The vault will be open by the end of the day.
Oh, okay. Well, the
I'll be
lightning will
waiting.
also create a thunder sound, so that's probably the best, just to be safe, because it'll give us both.
I'm going to come back and talk to these people. No, I'm not with Hakas anymore.
Alright.
The king says any magic used on the door will reflect.
So how big around is the room again?
It's
What's the radius?
30 feet tall
Okay.
and around 15 feet wide.
15 feet wide?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, no, it's larger
15
than that.
is going to be
15
really
feet
small. I would
is-
still be
yeah.
freaking out.
50 feet is 15 is the height of the cloak. It's a very large cavern, essentially.
Okay.
It's,
So I'd be able to call a 60-foot storm that's 60 feet around, probably.
Yes. It would
Okay.
probably fill the cavern.
Cool. Well, I am filling the cavern with a storm.
Wait a minute. Okay.
And you're
You
casting
already
Just
told me
said
to.
anything cast at the door would reflect. You
He just said anything
that.
cast at the door would. Oh, you said
Just
that?
said
Is it-
that. Yeah.
Hakas says anything cast at the door has been reflected.
Have they tried lightning?
Would you like to ask him? It seems silly to betray our lack of understanding of how the vault would open. I believe we should just proceed.
Do you have a thunder wave, the actual spell?
I do have thunder wave. I can do thunder.
Because that might just be safer for us in the end. I don't know. What is it? It's.
I would
It's
start
about the
small.
same.
Yeah.
Elf, I would start small.
I think that's a better idea if it's like thunder. Is
Okay, I can do that first.
You're casting thunderclap. A thunder wave.
Yeah, it's probably gonna knock me back from the door, but I would rather call the lightning, guys. Because I can absorb the lightning.
Do,
Oh, I see.
do what you will.
do what is safer then.
Do
That's
what
fine.
you will.
As long as it produces the sound in close proximity, then maybe that's fine.
Okay, so this is a higher level spell, but that's okay. So I'm creating a giant storm in the middle of the cavern.
Everyone roll a d10.
Wait!
This is all part of one spell, so beyond this, it's no longer any additional
Okay, we'll
spells,
continue
just so
with
you know.
this to begin with.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do
So,
your part first.
To call lightning, a giant storm cloud appeared in the shape of a cylinder that's 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius centered on a point I can see in range directly above me. So in the top of the room, we've got this 10 feet thick of clouds coming down. So if it's 30 feet tall, it would really just be like the top 10 feet of the room. And then like a 60-foot radius. So the whole top of the room is just covered in dark storm clouds
Swirling
now, swirling above
clouds.
me.
Static forming.
What level are you casting it at?
3rd level. It's a 3rd level spell.
Okay.
So it's a concentration spell basically the spell would fail if I couldn't see a point in the air where the storm could appear in a room that couldn't accommodate the cloud. But you said it's big enough, so I'm going to do it. Okay. So I choose a point I can see under the cloud, and a bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. This is a concentration spell, so the storm stays, and basically on any subsequent turns I can continue to call lightning bolts for up to 10 minutes.
You're casting the...
So I would have the bolt of lightning flash down at the door.
At the door.
At the door. Or maybe not at the door, but I just said at the door, so it's already done. It's already done. At the door.
Door magic. Door magic.
Door magic.
Door magic. And so a bolt of lightning flashes down. Each creature within... So I would have told everybody to back up before I did this. So anyone within 5 feet of the door would have to make a dex throw, but I'm doing this further away, so hopefully no one's there.
This lightning.
And I've called down this lightning.
Gotcha.
And it's, in theory, going to hit the door. I don't have to roll to hit, it says. It would just hit. It would be a dex saving throw if anyone's there. It's 3d10 lightning damage. Or half as much on a successful save. And
that's it.
That's it.
Lysha casts Pika Kapow.
Right, yeah. So as you conjure the clouds and the dark swirling vortex above you all, King Hakas takes a step back, realizes that this is something beyond his sorcerer's capabilities, and begins to smile as he sees what's occurring before him. He can taste the victory as the doors still remain closed for the time being, as Lysha, you act to conjure up whatever it is above you all, and with one fell swoop, you unleash the stored energy, waiting at a central point of the door. A clap of lightning, thunder comes down and echoes and reverberates throughout the entirety of the room as you feel a spark of energy come through, and a wave breaks out from the door, and a bright spark as well at the point of which the lightning hits. And as this happens, the doors begin to slowly come open.
No! Easy clap!
Yeah.
Easy clap!
No, it was a riddle!
The doors begin to slowly open.
Johnny's been looking at that for the last half hour.
I told you, fam. No, the fucking fighter comes up with a pod
And
chair.
everyone roll a d10.
Oh, for fuck's
Oh,
sake.
yeah.
I rolled a
did.
6.
6.
2.
9.
And everyone roll another d10.
Oh,
Well,
fuck, I forgot about that.
7.
Another
3.
6.
3.
2.
Have you rolled
Yeah,
2D?
Bro, there is no way King of Casters fucking lets us walk away with this. Like, we're gonna have to saddle up. Mate, you're just overthinking it. Try being like me. Try being simple farmland, you know?
Well,
Should come
to be
with the
fair,
name.
I said that that was thunder, but
You got hit by
that's
the red
true.
herring, the runes.
No, I actually said that was thunder, but I actually didn't.
You were
want to
very
mention that.
wise.
Well,
It's
as
true.
to whether it was
Wise.
thunder or lightning, we still don't know, but it was one of those two, and...
You said it in your head, Johnny.
No, I said it. We should check the VOD.
Check the VOD. He came up with it first. The fucking intelligence 10 fighter or this guy?
10 is still above average. but
Thank
at least
you.
average.
Someone reminds me that every time I say that. Someone's like, that's average, by the way. And that's still fine. I get it.
As the wave of lightning crashes against all of you, Lysha, your clothes ignite and set on fire.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to run over and start beating her with my arms then. Trying to put out the fire.
I will...
Smacking her, you know, like trying to put out the
Actually,
fire.
so as a reaction, I will cast Absorb Elements. God damn it, but I will. I did. I cast another spell. It's too late. Everything's bad.
I hate my party so much.
Like, what? So
Everyone
as
is
soon as
just
you set on fire, you
so
just
dumb.
instinctively are like, oh, absorb fire.
Yep.
Oh, for fuck's
Everyone
sake.
roll a
I'm on
D10.
fire. My instinct is to
Brett,
put myself out,
you
which
open
would
the door.
mean that I would absorb
You're
it.
sweating.
Yeah.
3.
8.
10.
10.
What? 2 10s?
We didn't blow up the sun.
Yeah, I got an 8. Don't worry, the sun is saved.
So 2 10s, 2 8s.
Why would chat want to blow up the...
Thank you.
Why would chat want to blow up the sun? That would end the game.
Can somebody... I don't want the echo.
Oh, that's true.
Roll another d10.
Another one. We've
What,
already
2?
rolled 2.
Oh, have you?
No.
No, not this
Oh.
time.
5.
6.
8.
Yeah, remember all of those numbers, Bren.
Okay.
5, 6, 3, 8.
Okay. Why would you cast Absorb Elements?
It's her instinct. Because I'm an idiot. Papega platoon.
Yes, exactly.
Don't look at me.
It's the
I'm
plague of
something-
Platoon.
Kingdom of
I will not
Mold.
be included in the Kingdom of Mold. Yeah, come on with that one on the spot pretty well. Mildred will be impressed.
I do still have lightning. Because I don't think absorb element. Nope, it's an abjuration, so the storm is still above us.
Yeah, well, you know, we've got the fuck door open, so it's fine. You should have bounced the lightning back to King Hakas.
But I'm keeping that lightning up for 10 minutes just in case Hakas becomes a jerk and I need it.
It's a good idea.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, might need it.
That's 1.
And then I
Don't
don't
wanna
have to cast it again.
Don't want to waste a level 3 spell on that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.